Man, my
What up,
cat.
Smokey?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're turned into another week of Access Granted Departure. Your boy, Mr. Antoine, is in the building. All y'all that's been complaining about this weather, saying it ain't, we waiting for spring and all that. Welcome, welcome to the Turd Dome, because the heat hit a little bit different today, man. And I'm literally sitting in my basement right now, sweating as we start this show, man. But hope everybody had a blessed, amazing weekend, man. And we're gonna get right into it today, man. I got three brothers. They call themselves A to the 3 to the G in the building. What's going on?
What's
What's going on, family? What's going on?
Hey, Troopers,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it or realize it until the show, I started the intro, and I actually got you on the intro. Did you keep that?
Oh,
Yeah.
I ain't even peep it, yo.
Oh, I
seen
it. I peeped it.
I ain't
I got you.
Look.
Do I need to go back and play the intro? I'm not going to because it's kind of long, but yeah. I just took clips of some of our previous shows and just had them playing with the music behind it, and it was the one. Actually, the last time that you were on the show, man. Always love to you, bro.
Facts, always, bro.
I was telling a friend of mine not too long ago. That's a battle rap dude. I forgot who I was talking to, but he's a battle rap fan, and he said that he was familiar with some of the guys here. And I was like, well, my man, he's not doing the battles no more. J Law, he's not, So
Yeah.
what you mean? I said, man, not only is he not battling, but he's he's in that pulpit, man, talking for the Lord right now. And I was telling him how I came to see your initial sermon and literally had just missed you because I was leaving my church or whatever, man. But
That's
always
what
appreciate chopping it up with you, man. I hope all is well. All is well in your world. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, man?
Evan, you on mute?
on mute, bro. There we go.
There he is. There he is. What's going on, Evan?
There we go. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we good. My man put that government name on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got yeah. If you can
all
pop
good,
the volume, hey Evan, if you can pull up the volume just a little bit more,
Can y'all hear me better
that'd
now?
be good because I know I can bear. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
So look, man,
All right.
I need like an official introduction to Evan and New Rev, man, because you guys are new to me. So first of all, tell me why y'all hanging out with dudes like Purpose. And then tell me a little bit more about yourselves, bro.
You want to go first, E?
No, go ahead, Rev. Do your thing, bro.
So me and Perp, we actually came up on. Well, he came up on the battle scene. I got introduced to the. But we was both on the rap scene, but I had got introduced to it a little later on. There was this event that was being thrown at the time. I think they still do it, but I think it's kind of just. I think it's a little periodic now. But something called Be More Beat Club, and
Yeah.
Yeah, so we used to, me and my label, we used to go there, and my guys, and just kind of, show face and perform and integrate and network. And when I don't know, like when I had first met Perp, I think I don't remember the exact moment, but like I know I had reached out to him, because I always just felt like gravitated towards him. Like he always had a cool like aura about him, and I was working on an album, and so that was when we like really like got cool, and he had came through the studio, laid his verse down on his track I have, and was doing it. And yeah, man, the rest is pretty much history, man. So it's that was now we here today, man, brothers in arms in Christ.
Hey, New Rev, you look like a guy named Cheddar, man. So I feel like a battle could go on right.
Cheddar's my god too, bro. Yeah.
That's my dude. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, that's who I came to see you battle at the start off from Maryland Avenue, right?
That was my last one for real. That was the last.
Yeah, you 30'd him too.
Yeah, appreciate it. That was another part of that story too, which is like, oh God had his hands on it. That was the last record that the last secular record that me and Rev kind of did, for the world. And then we both went on like a hiatus. We went on like a 2-3 year hiatus, and when we reconnected, he let me know he was following God, I was following God, and the stars kind of aligned,
Facts.
And then me and he go by fourth quarter. Looking at Ev on the screen, but like yeah, man. Me and Ev's story very, very similar, through a mutual friend, J Esquire.
Oh yeah, okay, my God.
Yeah.
Go ahead, E.
Yep. So we definitely. So J Esquire, I was doing music with him years ago. He would literally tell me about, what was his name today is Purpose. At that point, it was J Love. He was telling me about Law for 5 or 6 years straight. Kind of find out he was telling Law about me for about 5 years straight. So it was like 6 degrees of separation for like the whole time. And it was nothing but God. God had his hand on that as well, because I think he purposely had it so we didn't like meet each other until we were at like a certain place in our lives, like mentally, like spiritually, like following God, trying to be, be good husbands to our wives, good fathers, all that stuff. He waited till we were in that space in life for us to link up. And like our very first conversation, man, it lasted for about 2 hours, and it got like really personal. Like you would have thought that we was cool for like years. How personal that conversation got. Our very first conversation, and how long and how genuine it was, just off the break. Like it was definitely all God. Like I'm super thankful to be here with these brothers today. Like,
amen.
For sure.
Likewise, bro.
Men don't talk like that, A 2 hour, and he's not exaggerating, bro. The record me and J Esquire got with me and E, that's the little one. Hold up, it's real life.
It's real life,
right? Exactly. So before he started to go there, I was just going to ask you guys, like, what is it about the other two guys that you're in this group with that made you all, want to not only work together but to take this walk together? Because we can't walk with everybody, and that's just being real. Everybody can't be on the same walk as you. Everybody can't. Hey, look at the precious one. Everybody can't be on that same journey as you. And as you go on this journey, you got to kind of weed people out. You know what I mean? So what is it about you three? Because it sounds like you three literally just hit it off automatically, almost as soon as you guys met. So what was it about the other two, that made you say, okay, they can be a part of this next journey in life?
I don't know, like you got, go ahead, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
You sure, Red?
Yeah.
Listen, my first time meeting Rev was actually in church, and I don't know, just something real familiar about the spirit. Like we kicked it right away, or hit it off right away. We prayed together right away. Like, it was another one of those relationships of just like, man, like, did we know each other for years, or we just meeting just now? Type right. Of deal. You know what I'm saying? Like it was cool, and it's always been good vibes since. Even with having honest conversations with one another. Like it's not like a not any like placating or trying to, not hurt each other's feelings. Like we're very honest with each other, and we're able to have those kind of conversations from a place of love, and it's understood between us because we know we just want the best out of one another.
Facts.
Like,
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts, yo. It was an altar call, yo. That was an altar call, bro. Like, I'm on a prayer team at my church, and Rev comes up. I didn't even know he was visiting that particular Sunday. But he come up to me while I'm on a prayer team, and he start praying for me. And in the midst of him, like kicking the prayer off, Ev coming up to say what's up before he dip out for service, and we all just end up having you would have thought it was a movie or scripted or something. Or you think, yo, when we go back and we tell this story, like, yo, y'all exaggerating. Like, nah, it was divine, man. It just happened. It just happened, yo.
And
right there, A3G was formed. A3G was
that was it, y'all.
Right there.
That was it.
Before we even had like a name, we didn't even have a real name, but it was definitely understood in that moment we was about to do music together. Like that moment.
And just to highlight the divine like alignment with that, right? Is what really sparked it for me going to their church was like the neighborhood I just moved to. Next door, like in the next building next to my mother, was two people that I had met that knew Ev and Purple already. And so they actually saw me praying one day in the neighborhood. I was praying with my sister, and they pulled up, and I had, I was just in the spirit that day. So I just introduced myself, and they heard me praying. Our boy, shout out to George, comes up to us and his wife Emily.
George, man.
And so, we introduce each other. They invite me to their church, which is Freedom Church. Shout out to Freedom Church.
Yeah, shout out to Freedom Church. Shout out Freedom.
I go there one day going to see them, right? And I stumble, they're not there. And I actually see, because I'm in the back. And like in the middle aisle, I see Perp. I see Purpose there. I'm like, no way. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Because what like we on an interview, so we just gonna let it out. But like what we didn't even tell you was that like I think like 2 years before that, we was all in this group chat trying to like, it was like 4 of us in a group chat, I think at the time that Purpose had orchestrated.
Yeah.
And we was trying to get this music thing popping then. But like it was just choppy. It just wasn't right. It wasn't the right time. And then to see him 2 years later at the church, accidentally, which like God don't make accidents, but in a human way, it was, what I'm saying, it wasn't planned. And I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? So like, Ev, with Ev saying like, yeah, that day, since that day, like, yeah, A3G, that was the instantiation of it. Like, since that day, we've been locked in.
Locked in, yo.
For real.
I think we did a Bible study before we did a recording session for real. Like we actually we tapped in with each other. I forgot one of us had something going on. Like he was saying, ain't no yes men over here. We hold each other accountable, man. One of us had something going on. So we reached out to each other and we kind of just like, I think it was me actually. I think I was dealing with something. Then them two kind of just encouraged me and then called me out on how I could have handled the situation a little better. Then we ended up having like a Bible study. And then from there, we just got the music rolling, man. Like and the enemy been busy. The enemy been busy trying to stop that. But like,
of course,
we're doing it for the kingdom, man.
Of course. Once you start that journey, that's when the enemy just, it's automatic. That light switch comes on. He's going to try to do, everything that he can. But the thing that I love about what I'm hearing right now is I can hear the passion and I can hear the realness. Like this ain't like a Dipset interview where y'all trying to act like y'all cool and y'all really not. You know what I'm saying? Like I can really tell. And like you kept using the word accident, but we know it definitely wasn't an accident. It was definitely divine purpose. No pun intended, for it to happen the way that it did. Because there's no way that those steps could have went the way that they did over those 2 years, and you guys end up, praying at the altar, that day. There's no other way to explain that, and I love it. And we all have had our times before we started the walk, and I'm not even going to sit here and try to act like I'm the most, holier than thou, person in the world by any stretch of the imagination. But a lot of times when we get to the point where we make that decision to start that walk, for me personally, that's when things get a lot harder sometimes. You know what I mean? So I think where I'm trying to go with this question is, what was the path to the walk? Especially Rev and Ev. I kind of know purposes already because we've talked to him, on the show previously. But for like Rev and Evan, like, what was your journey? Like, what was that moment where you decided? Because I'm quite sure that you weren't always pulling up on the block praying for your sister and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So talk a little bit about that journey just to get us to that point, because we all got one.
Facts.
We all got one.
Yeah. So I let's see. For me, I got saved 2016. I was November 6th, 2016 is when I got saved. So that's 8 years ago. So yeah, I'm 29 now. So yeah, 21. Yeah, that sounds about right. I got officially saved. That's when I actually had a church home and got baptized at that church home. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my church, Bethlehem Church. Yeah, man, like I was a super babe in Christ. I didn't really understand it. My pastor now explained it, salvation, that is, he explained that more thoroughly for me. So I understood like what I was getting into. It wasn't like I had blind faith, but I still didn't understand the magnitude like I do to this day, right? And so like that's why when you said what you just said about it, like when you finally make that decision, it's like the fight is really on. You know what I mean? And yeah, it really is. Like, but for me, the fight didn't really start happening until like 26 years old, when like I was really trying to stop smoking weed. And like I'm almost 3 years in this September, man. Praise the Lord. And like him working through that whole process with me from, what I'm saying, just for like years. I'll just say for years, trying to stop, going through breaks, blah, 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 getting back on it. And then like to being where I'm at now, I'm way more mature. I got way more wisdom. Of course, it's from God. And so I'm able to like, when I took my 3-year hiatus from music, like I know that was God taking me away from that to allow me to be in that period of isolation. And I feel like that's where I met Maine and that's why I connected with them, I should say, and reconnected because I didn't, you know what I mean? Like for me, it was just kind of like, all right, I want to get back into making music, and I feel like I want to do Christian hip hop. Because I need to glorify God with this God-given talent. And so like, that's just kind of how, where I'm at, from the the day I get saved till now, it's just been a crazy processing journey. And I just, man, thank you, God. And, I have to, give him all the praises and glory in Jesus' name.
Facts, bro.
So let me ask you this, and either one of you can ask. So do you feel like the secular music that you guys were doing kind of played a role in some of the other stuff that you were doing? Because Maine, I know that you heavy on the battle scene, you took your hiatus. Rev, you just said that you were heavy on the music at the time, but you were smoking weed, and you kind of took that hiatus to kind of help get away from the smoking weed, but the music seems like it played a part in it.
Yeah, I would say it was more of the studio I was at, and those are still my guys to this day. Like we still fam, but it's like being around, like good weed, like almost every night. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to stop. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is why I love Rev, yo. Like, honesty, bro. Like he just ripped. You got to, bro. It's the. I don't really use like isolation. I say more so solitude, but it's like those moments, and it can be months, it can be weeks. For me and Rev, it was years, bro. It was years like isolation, like you just said, or solitude. Like I say, like it took years of that, not because it was some, and God just gave me that revelation probably about a year ago, because I had to have a conversation with a couple of my guys that I distanced myself from. It's just like, yo, it's nothing against y'all. It's nothing against y'all. I had to distance myself because I know myself. It's like you just want to be in the camera. I know myself, and I have to set boundaries because of me. Like I'm not coming around y'all because I view y'all as heathens or as whatever people think, church people think. Like, yo, I choose to not go to the clubs, not because I really see something wrong with the clubs. I don't like who I am when I am at the club. I don't like who I am when I hang around X, Y, and Z, because I'm not strong enough, man. Like, I know me. I'm probably almost going on a year sober now. I'm going on like a year sober, like no alcohol. And that's not because alcohol is a sin. Like the word says, getting drunk.
But you know what alcohol does to you and the person that you become when you
And to be honest, getting drunk is the sin. I want to make that clear. But like, I know me. My decision making don't get better with one drink. I don't think that's true for nobody. So like, I'm gonna just have one. For me, that's not how that works. That one shot turn into another shot, turn into another drink, and it's just like by then, now I don't like who I am no more. So I just distance myself from it altogether. And not because we think we're better than anybody. I just choosing that path for my guy here, or for the other kids in my neighborhood that look up to me, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? It's bigger than us.
Yeah. What about you, Mr. Fourth Quarter? I see you changed the name now.
Hey, I apologize for the technical difficulties, but since they kicked me back out, and I was like, you know what? Let me change it. Let me put Fourth on it. No, so I didn't quite hear the question, so I'm trying to, use the context.
So it basically was like, what was, talk about your journey up to the point of you making the decision to, like basically give your life to Christ and turn things over.
So for me, I was just a real knucklehead. Like, not by any stretch of the imagination was I some big street dude or any of that.
Right.
But I was infatuated through the means of music. Some of my favorite rappers I would hear them say certain things, and I was heavily influenced by it. And I went outside and tried to do some of those things, and quickly found out that I really wasn't that guy. So so that was a segment. Along with that, coupled with that, was struggles with pornography. I did some time in prison because of it. I had a really rough. Me and my mom and dad, like, we didn't really get along a lot when I was coming up, because I thought I just had it all figured out and I knew everything, and I just didn't know what the heck I was talking about or what I was doing. Just constantly bumping my head against the wall, making things harder than what they needed to be. And but graciously, as God would have it, I had a job with the city, and the two people that I was riding in the truck with, one of them was a Jehovah's Witness, and the other one, he just, heavy into the Bible, and they just had these discussions in front of me that just sparked my curiosity. So from there, like, that was my introduction, and from there I started following, still falling off here and there, but like that was pretty much my introduction. But as of lately, within like the past 2 years, it's been like my real dedication to him. Last weekend I just was baptized. Me and the whole family got baptized. So like that was pretty much my journey there. Sorry, I ain't rambling on, but yeah, like that was my journey. Like, it really was. I'm thankful to be where I'm at today. Like, I really am. Like,
shout out to my brother Mo Hammond from Mo Hammond Media, man. Salute to you, bro. I appreciate you always supporting. Shout out to my man Brian Lyrics. Appreciate you as always, bro. So now here goes the next step, because the two things that I've learned, either it's when you get rich, well, I'll say wealthy, because I think there's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. When you become wealthy, or when you decide to start taking that walk with the Lord, people around you change. They always say that it's us that change, but it actually is more or less the people around you. Or you think you're better than us, or you think you're so on and so forth. How was that transition for you? I know, Jermaine, you said you had to have a talk with your people and be like, yo, it's not y'all. I just got to do what I got to do for me. But even sometimes when you have that conversation with those friends, you find out that they really might not have been, as much in your corner and on your side as you thought they were back in the day. Did you guys have any of those, situations where you had to like totally cut people off, not just stop hanging with them and doing those things, but like had to like totally cut them off because of the way that they were or the way that they felt about your move, not necessarily because of what you were doing?
You want to
Absolutely.
take that? I'm about to say, yeah.
Oh yeah, me absolutely. I had to like, like I told you, a lot of my friends, they were still kind of outside when I decided to, to change course. Like, so just based off that, wanting to do right by Christ, also wanting to do right by my wife and just right by my children, and wanting to live a life that would allow me to come back home at night after leaving out in the morning, not taking unnecessary risks and stuff like that. Yeah, I definitely had to make that decision to respectfully, do that. And the ones that was my real guys, like they understood that. They understood that. For some, it was definitely a little bit more turmoil with that. But for the most part, it was cool. Yeah, but I definitely had to do that though. I definitely had to make that decision for sure.
Rev?
I personally, I haven't had to cut anybody off. I can't say that I had to do that, but definitely had to be a little more distant. And I think for me, it was more so just being mindful of how I'm representing the kingdom in front of these people, because I feel like I got a pretty good support system from family and friends, and I don't have a huge circle, but like I have a huge network. I would say that, and I feel like I've always been a pretty likable guy. Like, not to toot my own horn, but I know that that's God's light in me, and I just feel like like people they respected my direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, and my growth with that. I haven't had to cut anybody off though, because I got more in tune with God. I do think that one thing I am noticing is that like I have to be, because of my personality and I'm a people's person, I have to learn to like have that good balance and really more of a lean towards God more obviously, but like of how to like integrate and connect with people and be that loving and fun guy, but like not tampering, you know what I mean, and old habits and and certain dialect, you know what I mean, like, and that's something God is working on me now with, like, my other group of homies, for real, like, we get in the game sometime and like, we get a little rowdy, you know what I'm saying, and sometimes I got like it takes for one of my brothers, you know what I'm saying, and Christ to be like, yo, you gotta kind of draw back a little bit, bro, like being a little bit too, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I felt that, like, all right, cool, I got the conviction, I appreciate that, and that's what it's about. Me, Maine, and Ev, we got that. Like me, Purpose, and Evan, we have that hardcore, like to the T, and I wouldn't say that. You know what I mean? Like I'm so like thankful for that, and gratitude, like the gratuity to God is abundant for that. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. Now, the one thing that I've always noticed, just to kind of put a B side to that last question, a lot of times we don't intentionally cut people off.
They distance. Yep. They distance themselves.
It's just all of a sudden you wake up one day,
it falls off.
You're not getting text messages. You're not getting phone calls. You're not in the same circles. Yeah. The Facebook algorithms that made it so you're not seeing their posts as much. They're not seeing yours as much. You know what I mean? It's just almost like it's a natural progression of, I call it almost like shedding the skin. The snake.
It's like a threefold thing. To the first fold would be, that's God protecting you. Because a lot of times, like the people that we have created bonds with, it's hard cutting them off, man. It's hard distancing yourself. It's hard being like, yo, I can't rock with that no more. So God do it for you. The other side of that is, it's a meme. I don't think it's like scripture based, but it is some type of truth to it. Was like the God in you disturbs the demon or whatever in them. And not to get as graphic with that or over spiritualize it, I do feel like once you start trying to do better or wanting better for yourself, that either motivates people or that stirs up envy and resentment in people. And because of that, the people that look at that and this motivation, they draw to you. And the ones that it's like it creates resentment with, they naturally like pull away. Like, you always talking that Jesus stuff. Like, not really. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? And I've had people say that a lot, man. You always talking that Jesus stuff, but in my conversations, when I do think back, like I never even said anything. I
never even said the word.
But again, I think that's proof that the spirit realm, you know what I'm saying, as God created it, man, is there, man. It's disturbing your spirit so much so you think I'm doing something. I'm not really doing nothing. Like, I'm just being me. I'm being who I am. Like, your smile irritates people sometimes. Your joyful spirit irritates people sometimes. And it's like, I'm not gonna walk around frowning. I'm in a good place, man. I'm in a healthy place. I love my brothers. I love my wife. I love my family, and I'm doing what I need to do to protect it and better myself, so we can go higher. You know what I mean?
The one thing, man, that was a struggle for me at times that I've gotten better with, as I've gotten older, is that you have to surround yourself with like-minded brothers. And I am thankful that a lot of the brothers that I got 40 plus with on this earth, Mohammed being one of them, I've known Mo since probably like the mid 80s. All of my circle either walks a similar path or they respect the path that I'm on and don't try to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as you meet other people, you know, you gotta kind of vet. You know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of you gotta know who you're coming around and know how to maneuver in and out of those circles. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like all I hang with is church people.
Yeah.
This is not reality. I'm hosting a show at the Depot Saturday night. It ain't gonna be a bunch of, you know, Christians up in that joint. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be what it's gonna be. But I feel like when you carry yourself a certain way, it attracts a certain person. And man, like you just said, you wasn't even mentioning the word Jesus, but you always talking that Jesus stuff. You know what I mean? So that was kind of a unintentional vetting process to let you know, you can't be on that. You can't be on this journey. We might see each other, you know, when I spin the block and come back, you know, we might be able to pick you up. But right now, for where I am and for where you are, my light, like you said, my light is affecting you. So you're not ready to, you know, to
not
be on
really
this journey.
accept it yet, yo. Let me ask you, what's up with the show on Saturday? What's the Depot joint? I saw you did the all ladies joint, which was crazy.
Yeah, that was, oh my God, man. Oh my bro, that all ladies joint was so fire, bro. So fire.
I'm so proud of you, man.
I am now a new big fan of a young lady by the name of Martina Lynch. I had never heard of her.
Got you.
When I tell you, in a night full of dope women, she was the standout for me because first of all, that was my first time seeing her, and her bars and her flow,
crazy.
And if you go to our YouTube channel, Access Granted Departure, you might have highlights on there. But this joint coming up this Saturday, there's a group here called Down by Law. That's my man D Skills, my man Black Chakra, and another dude. They're a group, and they're just putting on a show. They're headlining a show down there with about 6 other artists. So they asked me, this will be my second time hosting with them because they're real good people. I love the energy around them. You know what I'm saying? And Black Chakra
Shocker.
I don't know if you guys are familiar. Like that dude is an alien to me.
That is the GOAT.
Whether he's doing spoken word or whether he's doing hip hop, that dude
he the GOAT, yo. He the GOAT. I don't care what nobody say, man. Like he on my Mount Rushmore, and he's all for it. He's all for it. Like
easily.
Chakra's my guy, man. He actually got a joint, man. That, like I shaped my parenting after that joint, man. Chakra got a poem, the NFL joint, man.
Yep.
The NFL joint. Like I probably saw that maybe 2-3 years ago. Maybe 2-3 years ago. And that shaped my perspective on just parenting, man.
Wow. How so?
Just like the
because I'm pretty familiar with that. I'm pretty familiar with that joint.
We put too much praise on especially in the Black community. Like success to us is making the NFL, making the NBA, rapper. Like our box of what we think success looks like is very small. Right. And the analogy he put on, like, yo, they get that's paid slavery. And when you think about it, when the way he illustrated it, I was just like, yo, they really are like paying us, man, to go and fight with each other in this space where it's like a 1 in a million chance that you making it as an NFL player or NBA player. Why aren't we doing more to kind of like go be a bioengineer or you know what I mean? It's they're shaping us to feel like our options are limited, and then we're being their entertainment. We're their entertainment.
Wow.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I feel you, man.
Sure.
He did the same thing with the last one he just dropped. Did you hear the Joe Jackson one?
No, I don't think so.
I can talk about Chakra all day, but he did a really good job at like showing how abusive Joe Jackson was to Michael. Like, bro, you only gonna shine if you look white, bro. Like you only gonna shine. You only gonna be a star if you look the way. Chakra the GOAT. I can talk about him all day, man. But he the GOAT. So I might have to pull up to that joint on Saturday, man.
Hey, let me know, bro.
I'm definitely probably gonna have to pull up.
He had this one joint that he had on that he posted a clip of from, I think he was at the Apollo, and he just had this line where he was like, I looked in the mirror and saw my shadow. I was a double entendre, and it's something crazy that he just said, yo. And I'm like, yo, this dude's an alien, bro.
Bro. Chakra's not fair, bro. Like he don't play fair, man. His brain thinks like a battle rapper. Like it thinks like a battle rapper's brain, but like.
And I shared that Instagram clip on Facebook, and I tagged him in it, and I said, bro, you're just a cheat code, bro. Like you're literally just an entire cheat code. Like you're one of those XX. Arrow up, you know. L1, L2, you know what I mean?
When you think he's scheming, he's literally punching, but he's also telling a story with it. Like, he's like Bo Jackson on Tecmo Bowl back in the day. Yo. He just does a cheat code, bro. A cheat code, bro.
All right, man.
I asked about that to say this too, bro, because you said something interesting, which is like, yo, the light analogy. And my pastor preached on that yesterday, to be honest. Like, who lights a lamp to hide it under a basket? Like, who lights a lamp to hide it under a basket? And I talked with Ed Van Rev about this, just being more comfortable getting back out in these spaces where you're not surrounded with Christians. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and Rev went to a hip hop show to support my homie J Royale. Shout out to J Royale.
Shout out to J Royale.
They did a show down at Sonar probably like 2-3 months ago, and me and Rev downstage. Me and Rev went through, and it was just like I gotta admit, like, yo, I'm actually scared to somewhat be in these spaces where I'm not surrounded by like-minded people, but you really don't serve the kingdom being around other kingdoms.
Like,
right. You know what I mean? Like, The hospital is there for the sick. What good are you doing if all you hang around with is doctors all day? Like we need to get. We need to be more intentional with being out there and being the light in these dark places, even if it irritates people. Being the light in these dark places. So I actually might pull up Saturday, man. That might be a move. And plus, like I said, Chakra's my brother.
Yeah. And I might get you to spit some bars just because I like you. Nah.
Yeah, bro.
I know.
That's one of the struggles we having right now, man. Like the mixing and mastering of stuff, man. If we could just give y'all a CD of the words and rhymes that we all share back and forth,
Facts.
Yo, it'd be good. It'd be Gucci, man. But we pull up, we spit something. I'm down, man. We got the
so
right now.
So that's interesting what you just said, because is it hard for the three of you guys to make that conversion, so to speak, music wise, where it's like now, I mean, I know some stuff is going to be automatic. Like J-Law, I've heard you battle, so I know that there's certain things that you used to talk about in your battles that you're definitely not. You wouldn't even, the words wouldn't even sound right coming out your mouth now at this point. But you know, and just music making, not necessarily being gospel hip hop artists, being inspirational artists, but just in music in general. Is it hard to kind of like find that balance where you're kind of like not beating people over the head, so to speak, with the word, but at the same time beating people over the head with the word? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we like right now. One of the things we're really trying to hone in on is because we all are good at freestyling, but like now it's more specific. It's gospel centered. So like, how do you freestyle like gospel? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, you know, like, because technically it's like a freestyle is just it's chaotic. It's all it's no structure. But like now it's like, oh man, we really gotta like, and like I don't think it's a matter of us like not. We got the skill to do it. It's just like that conversion, like you said, like okay, before I would have used that to tie in with this word. Now I got to figure out how to not say that, but still kind of use that concept, but like tie it in with the gospel, and still make it hard, like so that others can, they can feel it. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And then like I feel like we are like the three of us, man. Like we're in some places in our lives like we're like like main purpose and fourth, they got kids and wives. Like me, I'm a bachelor, like no kids, like, and so like, yeah.
I got one wife, y'all. Got one wife, not wives. I got one wife.
Oh well, my bad. I'm saying wives, like they got they got their wives, like their wives.
Right. I knew where you was going with that.
Hey, no, it's my God. Clarify. I want to clarify.
I ain't fighting no. I ain't getting no fight when I get home.
Right. Ain't no concubines going on. Ain't no concubines going on.
No, we good. Ain't no Solomon talk over here. We good.
None.
Nah, but so we.
Hold up.
Yo, Nikita is so funny.
I don't know who this is.
Oh my.
But I got a feeling.
Hey yo, why is she on?
Hey yo, I'm gonna sip my tea, bro. I'm gonna sip
my
tea, bro. I love you, Peter.
See, that's why you got all see. Hold it down, yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey,
and you got to see a Bible verse, bro. A man that finds wife.
Hold on. Let me do this for Nikita real quick. The views expressed by A3G are those of A3G and not those of Access Granted Deposit.
I got one.
That's classic. She said,
just one.
Just one.
I did not know she was on it. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
She is funny.
That's awesome.
She is funny.
We love y'all, man.
But no, yo, I feel like, personally, just to piggyback off what y'all was just saying, like, I'm not the best freestyler personally, just to keep it real. But as far as writing wise, I feel like writing for the kingdom, I've written some of my best verses. To be honest, like I really have. Like I really can stand on that. Like, and that's saying a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's saying like, yeah, I've definitely written some of my best verses for the kingdom. Like for sure.
I ain't even gonna front.
Yeah,
I would say my best. I would say like my best verses. Like it's not even close. Picking out verses from different joints I did, features or battle rap verses. The stuff that we produce for the kingdom, hands down.
Yeah,
the best stuff I've ever wrote.
For real, it's really in another league. It's really in another league.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Like even my beats are better. Like my like it's just crazy. Like I include God like in every aspect of my artistry now, and I've never did that in the past. Even as a Christian, I just didn't think to do that. And like, you know, being around these fellas and just maturing in Christ, you get that conviction to do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's the best word, bro. That conviction.
Yeah.
Conviction is real.
You,
the conviction.
You get the conviction, and I also feel like the fact that we're doing it with clearer heads now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well.
Absolutely. And there was once upon a time that I felt like I couldn't do it that way. Like I got so dependent on the weed, so dependent on the alcohol that I really felt like I wasn't going to be able to do it. Like I really didn't. And I started trying, you know, it's like really starting to, you know, press in and lean into him. And then you get to really understand that, the gift came from him in the first place. So it's like, if you ever want to maximize it, like that's where you need to go at. You need to go to the source. Like, it can give you everything you need, like all the inspiration, all the creativity you need, man. Like, so yeah, it's wonderful. It's beautiful, man.
And that's something I literally picked up maybe in the last year or so from fourth quarter, to be honest. Like, we get in these places where a lot of times when God meets you, you kind of created who you are. You kind of recognize what your gifts and what your talents are. So coming to God, you feel like he wants me to do what I've been doing just for him. When it's like, nah, he wants to do what he wants to do through you with what you got. It's a different perspective. Because I remember I just used to we throw on beats or we'll text beats back and forth and I would start writing. I know Ev like, nah, bro, I'm gonna sit with this for a minute until God speaks to me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a fact.
God speak with me. And I'm just like,
wow.
I'm not doing that, yo. Even though I can pen a verse right now, let me let him talk to me first before I put this thing on paper or record this joint, whatever I do. And since then, I will say like the verse is it's like timeless music, man. Like it's almost like like there are records that were fire when they dropped. But when you go back and listen to them now, and it's like, But then there are records that are just like timeless. I feel like that's what he's doing with everything we created.
Yeah, like not comparing it to the Bible, but it's like the Bible is always relative. Like it's always relevant. Sorry, not relative. It's always relevant. It has these topics that you can always refer back to, that you can reference to give you guidance as to how to go about that thing. And it's like the verses now are like literally like that, like things that people can use to live by, to better their lives, to, you know, deepen their relationship with God, to live, you know, getting people from like, it's a wonderful thing, man. Like it really is. It's a special thing.
Fourth, you got the whole squadron on, bro. I appreciate everybody.
Your youngest is watching. Oh yeah, what's up, Pepe? How you doing, baby? I guess you want me to shout out. Just going crazy, yo. She's been calling me all day. She's been calling me all day like, Dad, so when you doing the interview? So you do the interview yet? You doing the interview yet?
Yeah,
like, bro.
So my man Brian Lyrics is going to send us on a transition right now, because I did want to start talking about the single and then the album. No, they haven't said when it's dropping yet, but that's an audience question. You got to answer all audience questions. So
what month we in right now, man? Like where we at?
Yeah, April.
Might as well say May at this point.
May
at this point.
Yes.
Let's say we're shooting for June. At the latest. We I guess we can say we're shooting for June at the latest. But like we were saying, like it's been a struggle, man. Just trying to get stuff to sound like we're doing this for God, man. I ain't doing this for TikTok. We ain't doing this for YouTube. We're doing this for God. For us, we have a particular sound that we hear when we create these records, and just mixing it, getting it mixed to all three of our likings is tough right now, man. You got a three perfectionists doing it for the perfecter. It's a lot. Like something just ain't there yet.
Yeah.
The single is out right now. So A3G First Fruits is available.
First Fruits.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's hard too, because none of us kids, like we all adults, we got lives, so it's really hard trying to sync up time to like get in there together and like flesh out ideas, or to like bring to fruition some of the, like it's hard. Like some of the singers that we're working with, dope, but it's hard trying to get us all on the same page sometimes. But God, God will work it out though. Like he has got us this far. I don't think he brought us this far just to bring us this far. Like he's definitely going to, connect those dots and get it out to you guys as soon as possible.
Facts. Yeah. Appreciate it, Brian. Yeah, that's a
fact.
Brian.
I'm gonna shout out his single too. He got with his wife right now, man. That joint is amazing.
Hey man, look, bro.
Brian lyrics and his wife, bro.
I cannot wait for that joint to the whole project to drop, because I see the concept that they're working with. And just the way that they did that first single, that's a flower that I can't pronounce.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's a purple
flower. You know what I'm saying? I definitely can't wait for that joint, man. But yo, let's get into your first single, man. Introduce this joint.
Go ahead, Evie.
Hey yo. All right, so our first single. Come on, y'all. I'm trying to.
I feel like that was an inside joke right there.
It really was. So it was, and it ain't. Yeah, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, our first single was First Fruits. Yeah, man. Like, check it out. What is this on there? Here we go. There we go. A3G.
We're gonna get into this joint, and we'll be back with more Access Granted with A3G. Man, stay tuned.
Peace.
Partakers of his divine nature. This is the only way up. Can't let the world play us. We know to whom we belong. The text messages say it all. If I let you see the thread, you know the cloth. Putting on the armor, trying to model it well. Breastplate fit right, but I swim in the shell. Still, he at the heart when I conversate. Brought him from the source to the text so it can sink. I can tell his voice from the noise the more I read. That's why to you it's just a stone, but to me it preach. My brother, don't trip if you feel convicted, that mean you free. I know that's like saying your left is right, but just taste and see. Struggling without context can be so annoying. I'm thankful for his word, cause it gave me language for it. The enemy's still busy, but now I can call him on it. Like Jesus in the wilderness, I got Bible for him.
I hear,
yeah.
Come in the music, I hear.
You around for the drum.
Come in the music, I hear. Come
Fellas, what up?
My ear.
Look, let's make a joyful noise unto the Lord when we record. We outside, ready for war, yet we endure. In hindsight, my fights got my skill on 5 mics. I'm Jackson Jordan, far as rap recording. I'm Tyson when it comes to this war. We fighting, life is frightening. It's Mike Myers, but Christ likes us. That's my dog, no fake. I go hard for the click, so if it ain't about God, then I click. And like when you depart for a trip, I'm trying to reach the gates. I'm trying to seek his face. I'm trying to teach his grace. I'm trying to preach the faith in the fallen world where all the girls and all the guys want to party all the time. Y'all worshiping Father Time and Mother Nature. My father fathered the nation, created creation. So till it comes, preaching the good news, walking the path to keep my soul clean like good shoes. Get your 2-step.
We got together one night in the basement and they said, we got to find a new way.
Hit me with conviction, Lord. I be eating your sign sealed and delivered, no Stevie, but I wonder if I'm falling off this path that you let your lamp like my feet with to get me past, Lord. I need your mercy, I need your grace. You give me favor to build my faith. It ain't no one better, you are forever. If it's something that I'm chasing that ain't true, let me escape. Woo! This for my straight and narrows, they call us weirdos, only to be a string along by a dog Geppetto. Kinda funny how the tables turn, cause we became the sharpest tools in the shed. It ain't no crooked arrows. Shoot to the promised land. It started with Abraham, now we gotta cross the sand. So long, Pharaoh, I can't tell you how I stand the test of times, but I attest to these times, cause it's a test in these times, Lord.
I only say this because I love you. The rainbow is a God, we gon' pass the flying colors. Thank you, Lord, I'm just doing this for my brothers. Amen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
Man.
Perp, you know I'm a bar guy, man. I love bars, man. I love bars, bro.
This is what we do.
I love bars.
This is what
That's
we
a classic example that you can talk about your walk and your journey, man, and still be crazy with this. Crazy with this.
And that's what we trying to show, man. Like that's really what we're trying to show. Like, man, like Brian, if you ever don't, if he get on the show, like he got a similar testimony right now, and it's just like we only here for a limited time, man, and I want to maximize what I do for him, and the time that I'm here, man. Especially now that, like Ev said, we got kids, man. Like that's the best advice I can give to any artist out there, man. Like, do it now. Do it now. If you're waiting for the perfect opportunity, you're going to look up and be 30, 35, 40 with a wife and kids and trying to juggle this thing. Like, Ev just getting off work. I just had to lead an interview, get the baby situated. Like, it's tough, man. It really is. It's tough trying to keep this dream going, man, with real life going on outside of this, man. But we making it work.
You know what? Hey, Perp, you know what? It's funny that you said that, bro, because that's one of the reasons that I do my show live instead of pre-recording, because I understand that on a Monday evening, at 7 o'clock, a lot of us get home, we feeding kids, you know, we doing whatever it is that we had to do. Yo, no disrespect to her, and I loved her for it. Omnia Azar was breastfeeding her kid on the show. She had it covered properly, but she, you know, she agreed to do the interview. Baby, you know, father's not home. I got to do what I got to do. And she was on the, and I was like, yo, and she apologized afterwards. It was like, yo, you can't apologize for being a mother. Like, you can't apologize for being a mother. So that's actually one of the reasons, like I said, that I do my show live, because stuff happens. I don't want to be that one that sits up there and edits, you know, life, you know. So I loved it when you had to go get the kid. Plus, that was my first time seeing the baby. So I got to
word.
So we're talking June-ish, but we know that it may not be. But once this project drops, what's going to be next for the group?
Man, we already got the next two projects like already produced, started writing to them. But it's and like just to build up anticipation for promo reasons. Like we bringing back a certain feel, but like we Christianizing it, and it's gonna be even dope. And it's like we're not even really trying to bring it back. We just trying to like revitalize. You know what I'm saying? Like we like these next two projects. Like this one is gonna be dope. But this is gonna be like the preamble, and then like this is giving y'all, you know, everyone a taste of what we can do. And then like the next two projects is just like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, and by the time that happens, man, we pray to just be performing anywhere and getting booked at that time. At that point. Real for real.
And it's funny, you said Dipset when the show started, yo, and it's just like, you said Dipset when the show, and I look down at Rev, yo, I look down like they don't even know, like the production on these next two projects, man. I think what we did for this particular project, It's 4 records on there. None of these 4 records sound the same. Like none of these 4 records. First Fruits is the one y'all just heard was just us just having fun ciphering about God. But Ed Fourth touched on it, man. Like we touch on porn, we touch on our struggles with porn, our struggles with infidelity, our struggles with drinking, our struggles with substance abuse. Yeah, man, we touch
getting it in.
we touch on a lot, man. Because like I said, I know for me, the weed wasn't really my thing, but the bottle was my thing, bro. Like the bottle was my thing. So it's good to go from the bottle to the Bible, but like that was my thing, bro. Like I couldn't do it every Friday, every Saturday, sometime Wednesdays at a hookah bar. I'm somewhere not liking who I am and trying to escape it through that bottle, man. So we touch on that. The next record we got, it probably ain't the next record, but it's one of the next records we got called Honest. My 2 brothers went to work, man. Like they went to work.
We all went to work on that, yo. Right. Just trying to help people out as much as we can. Just like really trying to just to keep people from going down the wrong path as you know, as least as possible. I mean, everybody has their own journey. They're gonna bump their heads here and there, but as much as we can lend a helping hand, as much as we can point them in the right direction to let them know like what transformed us, like what put us on the right path, what turned our hearts around, our minds around. What rejuvenated us, replenished us, restored us, redeemed us. Like it was, you know,
what hurt us, man.
It was only the Father. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead, bro.
No, I said what hurt us, bro. Like I kid you not, you're not, and this is crazy. Not to toot his horn like he not in my group, but like the one joint he got where he talked about like you know what I'm saying, he instead of catching the gems they was dropping, he caught a charge. I want to say that bar, no matter who hears it, right? Every time I play it, no matter who hears it, rather they street dudes or not street dudes, you just get. That's what we talking about, man. Like we want to show y'all, like, hey, dude, I went down that path already. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like we that's where I stumbled at. Don't do that. Yeah. It's a temporary joy, temporary satisfaction, because like I feel like all of us can kind of speak from that, man. Like a lot of stuff that this generation coming up after us is chasing. Between the 3 of us, we've attained it already. Like we've attained it already. You know what I'm saying? Rev done performed in front of thousands. I done performed in front of thousands. Freaking fourth was when he said he was outside. I ain't saying he was Scarface or nothing, but like he was outside. Like, you know what I mean? We did a lot of the stuff that a lot of these kids are chasing that they think brings them joy. Don't nothing equal to the joy I got right now with God, bro. And that's not the sell it or get preachy or over spiritualize it. But like I had all of that stuff, man. And you just
yeah, man. But yo, listen though, yo, we talked about this too. Like, yo, we gotta be just as radical as the world is. Like, the world is doing everything they can possible to, you know, to convince people that, you know, the world is the way to, you know, go about living your life. So it's just like, nah, don't even put the whole disclaimer not to over spiritualize. Like, nah, that's what we doing, because that's what we standing at, and that is the only real remedy, the only real solution to like deal with your problems, like real solutions, not treating symptoms, but like actually getting to the root cause of whatever defect you have, whatever you're trying to get right. Like that's the source. Like that's where you go. Like he got all the answers. Like
that's such a true but such a scary statement that you just made, bro. Because when you think about what we hear in the world now, as far as music, as far as television, as far as entertainment as a whole, just as far as, you know, on the street on a regular day, on a Tuesday at 9:30 in the morning, some of the stuff that you see and hear on the streets, bro, that's a scary, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, man.
It's one heck of a, bro. Nickelodeon and Disney, like it's on Nickelodeon shows, bro. Like they're normalizing everything that is anti-God, and then speaking out on it. The way that they format the narrative that they put out there, they make us look like the bad guys for speaking out again. It's yeah. Red, Ev, that was another dope bar you had, yo. We just got to be just as radical in our approach, man. Just as radical in our approach.
Yeah, we do, yo. Like, I'm terrified as a man with kids, and yeah, man, just like how to like really navigate this thing so that, like, my prayer now was just for my wife and I to set godly examples for our children, like, so that they. Like, yeah, man. So they can just have like a piece of this like real foundation, something solid, man. Like something solid. Like not none of these doctrines out here where if you do it, you come out on the other side of it more bruised, more battered, more broken, more alone. But the world presents it and they gift wrapping it this way as if like this is the answer. You know, oh yeah, you want to get better at this, dig more into yourself. All the answers are there. Like, and it sounds real cool, real appealing. But it's like, yo, at the end of the day, like, nah, man, these people coming out on the other side of that, and they committing suicide. They got, you know, all that stuff, depression. And that's not to say that, you know, as a follower of Christ, you're not going to go through those things too. But yo, the peace that you get when you know you got God on your side when you're going through that, that is where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the real approach. For lack of better terms, like, yo, that's the real approach. That's the only way out, man.
Yeah. I know Pastor PMJ said it like this, was like, as a Christian, we go through the same problems. We just don't go through problems the same. And that's really what it is. Like,
wow, that's dope.
Yeah, we go through the same problems. We just don't go through problems the same. And just hit.
Yeah, I might have to make that an Access Granted shirt, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, right? It's the truth, bro. It's the gospel, man. Like, and it's evident. It's evident, man, in so many other scriptures. Like, man, he's your peace in the middle of the storm. That implies that there will be storms. You know what I'm saying? No weapon formed against you will prosper. That means the weapons will form. The same weapons that the world get hit with, we get hit with. It don't hit us the same, man. You know what I mean? And I think that's the me and Ed were just talking about this a couple weeks, maybe a couple days ago. Like that's the struggle, or that's the issue that a lot of people have in America with the prosperity gospel. Like with the prosperity gospel, like, yeah, God intends us to live a prosperous and abundant life, but constantly preaching the prosperity gospel to people, it sets you up for failure when real life hits you, because real life will hit all of us. You know what I'm saying? On this side of eternity, life going life. You know what I'm saying? Life is going life with all of us. You just got, it be hitting, bro. Like that joint be hitting. But you just got to be mindful of it. Like, what am I supposed to learn from this? What am I supposed to learn from this? What can I do just to help somebody else out? Like the struggles we go through are intended to help other people, and that's really where I'm at on the side of stuff now, man.
So the one thing that I'm hearing, man, that I absolutely love, this is art form for y'all, and of course we want to get 50 million streams and we want to make a little bit, but to me it sounds like the big payday for y'all is the lives that you touch.
Facts.
100%.
Facts.
I love that.
Facts.
I love that.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that transcends every. That's the reason of gospel. Like, that's the reason of doing anything gospel centered is like, yeah, you know, you can love worship music, you know, you can love rapping, you can love, you know, whatever the case is, you know, that's involved with the kingdom. But like, do you have any fruit to bear? Like, are you producing fruit? You know what I mean? It's like, of course, we want to be able to feed our families off music. Like, like of course, like we would lie. That would be a lie. We say we didn't want that, but like that's definitely a top goal. But like the goal that transcends all of that, like the reason, the essence of this, it's to save souls. You know what I mean? And the minute somebody tells us, "Oh, I am," I listen to your music, and it really got me wanting to get closer to God, or I listen to your music and I got baptized this past weekend. That's just like
that's the best compliment. Yeah, that's like the best compliment you can get.
Yeah.
That does something, bro. Like I said, the first show we had was at Rev's church a couple months ago, man.
That's the video you sent me?
Yeah, man. Performing for them kids. Performing for them kids. And you probably more better than everybody, man. Like the shows that I've had in the past. I'm talking Method Man, Redman, Busta Rhymes, like battle rap with the whole city there. I had shows. That show with those 4 kids in that front row jumping up and down, man. Like that meant more to me than anything, bro. Like anything I've ever done, man. And that's where I'm at with it right now, man. And I do. I hope it's coming across that way with all 3 of us, man. Like, because you said something interesting in the beginning of it. I meant to hit back on it. Well, being a Christian does not mean that we feel we're better or belittling anybody or none of that.
That's the way they always come off. That's the way that they always come off. You know what I mean?
Which is crazy to me. Like anytime
Go
ahead.
We're supposed to be perfect now. We're supposed to be perfect now.
Actually, if you're really about it, you'll realize it's just the opposite. Like when you really pursuing Christ, you become more aware of like how not together you have it, like how flawed you actually are. You know what I'm saying? Like how much we really cannot do anything separate from Him. Just like the scriptures say, like we cannot do anything apart from Him. Like He is the true vine. Like
I'm trying to tell you, we ain't built. None of us are there, bro. Like
I'm sorry, bro.
None of us are there. None of us really have it all together, man. Which is why, man. The analogy, China. What's China's name, bro? What's her last name? McCain or McLean? She has an analogy, man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Fire, right?
The snake in the backyard analogy was probably the best analogy of why we share the gospel I've really ever heard, man. So shout out to China, or she said it was her dad that gave it to her. Like, you mind if I summarize it real quick, Twan?
Nah, bro.
So her analogy was a news reporter was going off, stop shoving Christianity down my throat. Stop shoving Christianity down my throat. So China did like a response back to her. And she was like, I want y'all to just imagine this for a second. Imagine, and I hope I don't butcher it, but she was like, imagine me and you upstairs in my room right now, man. We having a party, a get together, or a kickback or whatever. We up there painting and rocking out, doing music. We having a good old time, right? And then I tell you, like, you know what? You kick it up here real quick. I forgot I got to take my dog out back to let him use the bathroom. So I go downstairs. I go out back. I open up the back door, and it's a giant serpent or a snake in the backyard. A giant snake in the backyard. I grab my dog. I shut the door. I slam it. I go up. I run back upstairs. I get upstairs, and you tell me, you know what, man? This paint is getting to me. I got to go out back to get some fresh air. And I look at you, and I say, okay. Go out back. And you go out back.
Don't say nothing about the snake.
You go out back. You go out back. You get bit by the snake. Now you running upstairs. I'm poisoned. Why you ain't? It's a snake out back. And I tell you, I know. And then why you didn't tell me it was a snake out back? Because I didn't want to force it down your throat. I didn't want to keep throwing it in your face. I didn't. And that is a 2-part thing though. Like the part of that analogy is a 2-fold thing. One that tells me the person that pushes back like that has been shared the gospel in a negative way, I guess. Whoever was sharing the gospel to him probably shared it to him in a way that came off aggressive. Right. We don't necessarily share the gospel like that. Like I tell you right now, like I struggle with pornography, I struggle with alcohol, I struggle with profanity, I struggle with my temper. You know what I'm saying? I was a liar, I was a cheater, infidel. I did all of that. he received me by grace. That's how you share the gospel. You don't share the gospel by you gonna go to hell.
Or
you feel me?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ed.
Or they know the truth and they just don't want to accept it. You got that part of it too. Like they've been given the gospel with love. You know, the truth wasn't given to them in a garbage pail. Like, nah, it's just that they want to live the way that they want to live, and that's just really it with it. Yeah, that's the other side of it. That's it. That's all I want to say. That's it. But yeah, I love that analogy, yo. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that was good. And I wanna just piggyback real quick off of what you just said. Like, I really wish that Christianity wasn't looked at like this, which comes from ignorance, really. But I wish people didn't look at it like, oh, once you become a Christian, you pretty much are like this boring person. Like you can't have any fun. And it's like, bro, I mean, let's put it out there. Let's keep it really real. Everything that is good comes from God. So, you know, you're allowed to party. You can have sex. You can, you know, you can, I don't know, think of something else, you know, that people would do. You could do all of that.
Fun ain't worldly, bro. Like God
is just saying, do all of those things within His parameters. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go to a club, if you go to a club, be mindful. Like, hey, you know, you're representing God. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe you want to see your boy, you want to support him. He's DJing that Saturday night. You know what I mean? I got a friend that's DJing at an old bar I used to bounce at. You feel me? And I told myself and I told God, like, I don't really feel the need. I don't want to step back in that scene. But like, you know, if I felt so like if there was like this invitation, like, hey, you know, I'm having this big event I'm DJing for at the bar, man. I would love for you to come. I'm gonna pray on it and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna support him. But I also know that it's like, yo, I'm going there like Maine said when we went out. Like, I'm probably gonna ask Maine and E to come with me. You know what I mean? To help me control myself while I'm there. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot about that. That's right. That's exactly why I asked you to come, bro. Like,
yeah, remember that? Yeah, that was a dope night. You feel me? Like,
man, like, bro, I need you there. I need you there, bro. Like, I know it's gonna be some people there. It's gonna be some temptations there.
Yeah,
holding me accountable.
Facts, man. Yeah, man.
And that's funny, Rev, because I used to be that guy that thought that once you became a Christian, you weren't allowed to have any fun anymore. Mm-hmm. And I remember when I was dating the woman that I was with before I met my wife, and rest in peace to her. She passed away a few years. She was trying to get me in the church, and I was very reluctant because that's where my mindset was. I don't want to, you know, once I get saved, I can't, you know, I gotta. And I remember we were at the church, and I can't think of the name of the church, but it's the church that sits right at the intersection of Liberty Road where Patterson Avenue dead ends at. There's a church right there on that corner. And we went to that church one day. God was in there. He was playing drums. He was having fun. I went to see, like, that was on a Sunday. Like 2 days later, we went to a basketball game at Milford Mill High School to see one of our friends play. And a dude that was playing drums at the church on Sunday came in there to the basketball game on Tuesday, jeans, hoodie, you know, all of that. And I was like, yo, that's the dude from the drums. And she looked at me, she said, yeah. And basically she was saying, it's okay to come out, you know, and be normal. You know what I'm saying? She was like, yeah, you can go to church and have fun. And when I tell you that hit me like a brick, bro, like that really hit me. Like, we can be like, my thought process was, if I join the church, now I gotta wear a suit and tie Monday through Friday. You know, to go work at Amazon or wherever I might have been working at the time. You know what I'm saying? But she kind of gave me a revelation when she said that, and it kind of made me look at things a little bit differently. And now, you know, when people kind of see me and I tell them that I sing praise and worship and I've sung on choirs and I direct choirs, they looking at me like, man, get out of here, boy, stop playing.
Yep.
I'll be like, yo, come pull up on Sunday mornings and find out.
Yep.
You know what? I had a similar joint like that in 2018, bro. Like, it may have been 2019 or whatever. So it's my birthday. It's my birthday weekend, and usually on my birthday weekend, I'm with the guys. You know what I'm saying? Drunk out my mind, get drunk out my mind or whatever. And this, like, the conviction was strong this year. Like that year before COVID is when it really hit like crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dang, I'm gonna be by myself on my birthday. Me and my wife, who was just dating at the time, had just broke up because I was being stupid still. You know what I'm saying? So I'm by myself. I went out with I told my pastor Sunday, like my birthday was Wednesday at the time at Central Christian Church. I told him it was my birthday. It's like, man, we gonna do something on Wednesday. Pull up to White Marsh. Pull up, meet us at White Marsh, man, on Wednesday. This is my pastor, you know what I'm saying, at the time. So I'm thinking White Marsh, he gonna invite me to go to a movie, or we gonna go get some ice cream or Barnes and Nobles or something. Avenue. Nah, bro, we went to Red Brick Joint. We had some
Red Brick Station
and a beer. I don't even drink. I never drank beer, but like just being in that space of seeing your pastor be normal,
right?
Something,
right?
It shifted something. Like that was probably that was the most impactful birthday on my walk with Christ ever. Because that's around the I went on my hiatus, man.
That's tough. Bro, the guy that's my pastor now, me and him sang Easy Like Sunday Morning at a piano bar on a cruise ship one night.
This is what I'm saying,
that's
man.
Tough, man. That's tough. That's
like I no longer drink now because I know me. Like one beer, don't stop at one beer. Right. But it's not wrong. Like, man, this walk with Christ is not. Dude, this is like a boring face, man. Do we look bored? Like, yo, this whole interview. Like, thanks. Nah, bro, it's joy in this joint, man. And we just want to be better light bearers, man. Better examples of what this walk with Christ look like, man.
I like that, man. Yeah, man. Word up.
Bro.
I thank you guys, man. I love when people come on my show and are 150% transparent. To talk about the real that's going on, don't have no shame in the stuff that they've been through because they know where they are now, you know. So I love when Fourth was talking about, you know, his dealings with porn and all of that kind of stuff. Rev, Purpose, you've mentioned it before. I love that, man, because that's the kind of stuff that people need to hear. You know, we ain't all, you know what I mean? We're definitely not even close to all being, you know, anywhere near perfect, but as long as you continue to grow and become a better person each day, you know, because the walk is always we always gonna be on this journey. Yeah, exactly. And as we're on this journey, we just like fish swimming in the ocean, and there's always somebody dropping hooks down there trying to catch the fish, and you just gotta avoid those hooks, man. So we gotta be Barry Sanders. You know what I mean?
I love that analogy, bro. That's exactly what
I just made that up too. I just made that.
Okay, you know? Like, here's the enemy, bro. Like
I got knowledge, son. I got knowledge. Now,
on the fly.
So, I got two questions before I let y'all go, and I'm gonna ask the hardest one last. The first one is let everybody know how they can follow y'all social media wise, how they can follow the music and all of that.
If even one of y'all got it pulled up.
Yeah, let me see. I don't know.
Say it again, fellas.
Facebook. I know the Facebook page, man, is A3G Music page. A3G Music forever. A3G Music forever, man.
God. Yeah, A3G Music. I think it's A3G Music page on Facebook, and then on Instagram and TikTok it's A3G_forever.
Yeah, man.
You know, try to keep it really simple for times like this.
Yeah, man. Because like I said, we trying to expand. I just went to a concert this weekend, man, with KB, another gospel Christian hip hop artist, to watch the move of God happen with somebody with bars. That was dope. Like super dope. So like we up. I ain't even gonna say we up next. We up when he say we up, but. A3G, man, just look it up. More music coming.
Facts. We definitely got y'all, man. And hey, look, and we promise it's gonna be worth the wait. We promise, like, because we know God is fully in this. We wish y'all could see it like happening as it's happened. But yo, wait till y'all get these projects to y'all, and just I'm telling you, man, we are really going to deliver some great gospel-centered music, and hip hop is hip hop. it's still hip hop. It's just going to be a different mess. You know
that
what I'm saying?
Part.
It's still hip hop. You feel me? Part. We keeping it funky and raw, but it's just for this time. You feel me? So we love y'all, man. Mr. Anton, man, we thank you so much, brother, for this platform.
Hey,
yeah, man. Thank you for having us, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, hold up, man. Fourth quarter, I feel like you done been on a whole trip since this show started, bro. We saw you get in the car. We saw you go wherever you went. And you came back and you out the house in the car. I love it.
Life, bro.
I love it.
Real
life,
bro. Speaking of which, his wife told us to shout them out. So shout out to Nikita and
oh my gosh,
Jasmine, man.
Y'all better.
Yeah, they done kept us together, man. Like they really did. Yeah. My wife called me her Boaz now, yo, because I got my act together. But like, I love it, man. Shout out to my kids too, man. Jermaine, Angie, JC over there in the corner somewhere. Justin, I'm hoping sleep. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Like,
you got it. Show the wild love, man. Because no matter what y'all go through, man, if they still there, you know, we just celebrated 25 years of marriage, man. Bro.
What?
Beautiful, yo. 25, bro.
25 years of marriage, bro. In Antigua, it was a beautiful thing.
Fire,
man. My wife probably should have kicked me to the curb 9 times 10 years ago.
Hey, I'm about to say, bro. Hey, you shame the devil. I'm thankful, bro. I go back through my old journal sometimes and be like, bro, I was tripping. I did not know the jewel I had, man. But by the grace of God, we here, man.
Yeah. So this is my last question. This is kind of a tough one. We just celebrated 25 years of marriage, man. Somebody got it.
You got it doubling up, man.
I'm trying to hear y'all. Yo, like the service is horrible, yo. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear Antoine from 10 minutes.
Cool.
You just heard the statement I made 30 seconds ago. But no, this last question, man.
My apologies, fellas.
No, that's all good. This last question. What would be the Bible verse to describe where A3G is right now?
First Corinthians 10:31.
That's a fact.
1 Corinthians 10:31. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's a
Which
fact.
states?
Do everything as if we.
Just doing it do everything as if you are doing it for the Lord, man.
Yeah. Do everything as if we're doing it for the Lord. Yeah.
Like everything, man. So, and that's really where we at, man. That's
One last thing. I want to give a shout out to that page right there, 20 somethings. That's my sister's podcast, and it's a great platform. And she's doing her thing. And anybody that just want to reach out to there and get on the show, it's basically talking about life in your 20s. So whether you 20 something now or you 40, it's just a great show to do some real in-depth talking, and it's gospel centered and just real. It's just a real platform to speak on.
She'll be a good guest too, bro. I
was about to say, bro, connect me with your sister. I'll get your sister on the show.
Okay, word. Thank you.
Yeah. Dope guest, yo.
I always show love to other podcasts, man. As long as they talk, it's positive, and they're not on there with no ratchetness. They're not on there smoking weed. They're not on there. I'll connect with any other podcast, man. So yeah, definitely connect me with your sister, yo. No doubt.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Bro, like I said, I appreciate y'all, man. Always real conversation with you, Perk. I do have something that I want to talk to you offline in regards to my son. I talked to you before about stuff that was going on with him, so I do have something I want to talk to you about.
I was going to say I was praying for you, but I didn't want to go down a rabbit hole on the screen. But yeah.
Man, it's all good, bro. I've talked about his situation on air now, so it's kind of open to the world, man. And I'm just, we definitely need some positive feedback and some prayer with that situation, man. But
definitely
he's gonna be all right, bro. But I appreciate you guys. I can't wait. I need an inbox message. Mr. Antoine is dropping today on all streaming platforms.
Let's get
it. I can make sure I go and check that joint out, man. And bro, man, you already know, bro. Anytime y'all need me, man, just let me know.
Like I said, you may see us Saturday, bro.
Appreciate you, man.
I definitely hope to see y'all Saturday, but I also need to come see y'all rock out live, man. So the next time y'all got something going on, let me know. And I just hit one of the ministerial staffs from my church because every summer he's been putting on an event called Praise in the Parking Lot. And if he does it this year, is going to need some performance. So I'm definitely going to reach out to you guys about coming to rock out with that, man.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you for that, bro.
Shout out to my victorious,
thank you, bro.
victorious living faith family, man. I love you guys, man. But
love you, brother.
Yo,
love you too, brother.
I know y'all got wife and kids to get to. Well, most of y'all do.
Yeah.
Most of y'all do. Hey, Rev, appreciate that peace and quiet, bro. Because if you ever,
he about to go make some beats.
I'm about to go work on some beats. That's a fact.
No doubt. Hey, man, I love you guys, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, man.
Appreciate it.
Love y'all as well, bro.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate you. No doubt. Oh, man, dope show. Love them guys, man. Love them guys. I love the journey that they're on. I appreciate everybody that tapped in today, man. Shout out to my co-host, Lisa Monet. She wasn't able to make it here tonight, man. And again, on Saturday, 8 o'clock at the Depot. I forgot the address, but I know it's on Charles Street. If you're able to come out, I'm hosting the event there Saturday night, man. Come out and show some love. It's going to be a real dope hip-hop experience, man. I'm looking forward to it. So if you're free, come on out. Brian Lyrics, I hope you're there, bro. I hope you pull up Saturday. And that's it, man. I'm going to get out of here. I will see you guys. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll be back next Monday. Access granted the Par Stream.